Hello there, and welcome to the Idea Showcase, where I take one of our programs and I make a project out of it. My name is Michael, I'm one of the product specialists here at LaserJumpStart, and today we're going to be looking at the ArtWelder program shown in CorelDRAW X6 as well as X7. Now, this is part 2 in my video series in the Idea Showcase of the ArtWelder program. This time we're going to be focusing on the outside ring, or the exterior options, as well as the border options for our project. Now, what you can make with this is typically we make things along the lines of awards or ornaments in order to adorn like presents or something along those lines. And so I'll show you how I made these three, as well as I'll show you a resource that we have available for people, which is our template package, which is where all of this information came from. So without further ado, let's go straight into CorelDRAW and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So here in Corel, these are the three finished Corel files for those three projects right there. And if I zoom in here, you can see this image here for the first one with the Johnson family's newest edition. Has a photo of them. This was made using One Touch Photo, which we offer at our website if you're interested. Obviously, you could use any of those photo to engraving programs, but this is just the one we used in this case. And so I'll show you this one first, and then I can show you these other three here as well. Alright, so first off, what we'll be doing is make sure that we don't have anything selected on the screen, and then we go into ArtWelder. And for this first one, we do want to use an image in the middle, so that heart. So I'll browse to it this right here, and it's this selection right here, the heart insert. And just to show you what that looks like, it's this shape right here. It's pretty simple to make. We just went into the basic shapes tool and selected on the heart option. And then we do want to make it an ornament, so I'll set these settings here. Interior welding should just be about 20%. We don't want it overlapping too much. The text, Johnson family, list edition, and let's make this the date today instead. So August 6th, 2018. Size was about 50%, so we'll leave it at that. The text, however, was Comic Sans. There's that. And the outside was a heart, and I believe it repeated 26 times. I'll leave these settings alone, as we'll just resize it afterwards. But I need to make sure that this is the correct. Alright, cool. So it is filling in the text rather than just outlining it right now. So that's what I want it to do. And just with that, I already have that border and everything created. And like I said, I do need to, it is a different size, so I'll just change it to the same size as this other one. So it was 4 inches across, and there, now they are the same size. As before, we do need to align this picture onto that, and what I'll do to do that is, after selecting on the picture, I will highlight my border here, and then I'm going to arrange it, and so I'll align its centers horizontally and vertically, and that will put it right in the center of that. So now if I zoom in, you can see that they're lined up just like I would like it. Nice. So that's already done. The next one is this happy birthday logo. And this time we're going to be using WordWelder in the middle, so we need to select on WordWelder. And the first word in this case is birthday. This is all capitalized, as the first word is in the middle and then the other two are there. And this is an Arial rounded bold. And all the other settings should be just fine. And then yes, I do still want to make it an ornament, but this time it will say Happy Susan, as birthday was already in the in the center over there. Okay, so Happy Susan size. The font this time is the Cambria. And in this case, we are loading in our own custom border, so that requires us to select on this guy down here. And it is the bow border that I have saved here. This is what that bow border looks like. Remember, it does need, if you're making your own, it does need to be just one continuous line. This is about as complicated as you might want. However, as you can tell, it can still be fairly complicated. So just remember that the more complicated it is, typically the thinner the piece gets and the more fragile it gets. Alright, so we have that one selected, and in this time it does repeat 12 times. There's that. Oh, and I do need to make sure to change the text to outline here. That way it outlines those words. And there we go. Oh, and the size is different again. So we change that again to 3 inches. And there it is. Same size as before. Nice and pretty like. Cool. And the last one here is for a 4H award, essentially. So let's load that one in. So again, we are going to be using a file for the interior. In this case, it is the 4H illustration. And then, yes, we do still want to have exterior files there, or exterior options there. And this one is for Larissa Gunner. And it's top overall achievement. And we'll say it's 2018 now. I'll leave the font as is. It should be fine in this case. And seeing as how this is a 4H competition award, let's put the cows on the outside. And this time it does repeat 16 times. Again, we need to change this to fill so it doesn't outline those letters. And with that, we have made our final award there. All of them pretty simple and very quick to make. Now then, say I notice as I'm looking over my designs and everything like that, that I made a mistake. Well, one of the cool things about this program is that I can go back and edit that. So notice in the Johnson's Family Newest Edition, I used a semicolon rather than an apostrophe. I can go back and change that. The first thing that I need to do is go into Arrange and ungroup it. And then I'm able to select on the text itself. And after selecting on the text, if I go into the text tool, I'll zoom in a little bit just to show you, you actually get a cursor like normal. So I can cancel that and change it to what I need to. And say I needed it to be a different name, I could do that as well. So let's say it was not the Johnson family, it was in actuality the Smith family. I can go back and change those type of things as well. And that, my friends, is how I went about making these 3 items for this project. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, all this information is based off of information from our template packages. So if I go into our website here, and under our products in the photo gallery for ArtWelder, you can see some of the examples of items in our template packages. Now, this is just a few of the examples, as we have over 100 of them in that template package. But as you look here, you can see that same 4H competition badge right there, as well as the Johnson Family Newest Edition badge right there. But it's not just that, but we also have things like other editions or other versions of that someone's newest addition to their family, or a wedding photo, or for photos for their grandparents. And then we have things for calendar events like Christmas, or for Halloween, or for Veterans Day. And then things sporting events, so tennis, football, baseball, all of these are included in that template package. And one of the beautiful things is that since we're not fitting pieces together, the cutting curve doesn't really matter. So as soon as you have these files available, you can put them into your system and start printing them out. You don't have to tinker with them. You don't have to make new items or anything. You might need to edit the text or something, but that's miles different. That's miles easier than creating these things from scratch. And so really both of these items, the template packages as well as the ArtWelder program, can really help to add to a business in how it can embellish their product. Alright, and that concludes my video on the part 2 of the idea showcase for the ArtWelder program. Thank you for watching our video. I hope that it helped you out on your way. Check out our website to see all of our programs available, such as the ArtWelder or the one-touch photo programs, as well as materials that we have there made specifically for lasers. If you would like a one-on-one training session with one of our product specialists, we can provide those services as well for a nominal fee. Check out the video on your left if you would like to see part 1 of my idea showcase for the ArtWelder program, or the video on your right if you would like to see more from the idea showcase playlist. This has been LaserJumpStart, help you make more with your laser.